had to open the doors early. You're all bashing at the door to come in, so okay. I have flicked the live button a little bit sooner because we've had a bit of an influx this morning of new members, so perhaps we're still getting to grips with the technology. Interestingly enough, my mum's just asked me what she has to do when it rings, and I don't actually know because I've never been on the other end. Does a bell ring or something? I don't know. Does it go ping? So this is the preamble, the pre-broadcast broadcast. And if you are new, I just want to kind of go back a few snacks and just cover some general detail that really these movement snacks are inspired and informed by this activity calendar that was designed and produced way before the current situation we find ourselves in. And it was designed as a calendar to help support movement snacks, get movement back on your map. So it focuses on one thing each month, and it really strives to support routine change, just to try a little bit every day, every month, and to build on movement across a year. And I'll cover all of the content of this at some point, but of course I'm packaging this up into a 1 month coverage of information and knowledge. So certainly go to the link and download this. We put this calendar out free in this past month. Originally it had a small cost and any profits of that went to charity. In light of the current situation that we find ourselves in, we wanted everyone to be able to access that. So get yourself the calendar, and that supports you in between these snacks and just gives you a little bit more information as well, and helps with perhaps having the written word in front of you in addition to my words. Looking at my clock, I think we have probably a 1 minute warning before we get going on this lunchtime movement snack or movement bout, designed to add extra movement minutes to whatever other activities you're already doing. From the feedback we're getting, there's a vast range of audience participation and starting levels, and what I try to capture in these little 10 minutes is a big bulk of that spectrum. So you'll get seated options and alternatives, you'll get standing options and progressions. We at LLT are very overused word, but passionate about progression and moving on and doing what we can and optimizing what we have. These progressions and suggestions are for you to select and pick. You obviously need to make the decisions yourself about what's appropriate and good for you. 10-second warning, and then we're going to press the real session to go. Is everybody ready? Yeah, let's do it. Good afternoon. My name is Bex Townley. Welcome to the movement snack this afternoon. Thank you for all the views that have taken part in these snacks to date. We're looking to accumulate movement minutes over time, and the accumulation is where the magic really happens. With any form of physical activity or movement, there will be immediate benefits to our health and our physiology and our minds. And they're great in terms of improving movement, strength and balance over time. We're after that cumulative build. We're just talking movements, snapshots of movement. So whatever other activities you're already doing, please keep doing them. Let's get going. I'm going to add something new today, and it is one from the calendar. and it will involve you having a secure, stable external support to have your hands on if you need. But let's start with a little bit of circulation boosting just to get us ready and prepared, improve mobility, and then I'm really going to focus on this one new movement today. Ready? Pick your position, please. Pick your position. You can see I've tried to capture some other sitting options here. So I've got a lower chair and a higher chair and a chair with arms. So I've just given us a change of scenery. Let's have a go. Pick your position, please. So as you can see, this chair is quite a bit lower than the one I have been using. So the same rules apply, but if you have arms on the chair, now it gives you an additional support to really shift and mobilise the hips forward. Hip walk forward in the chair, this will make it easier to stand. Heels back and down, this will make it easier to stand. If you are happy to stand, do so now. Power up to stand and then come to your standing posture. If your preference is to remain seated in whatever chair you have, that also. Let's just start with our usual circulation boost. So in seated, this is really trying to get the ankle range going. I've got my red shoes on and my contrast rug down. Hopefully that helps. Keep going on that if you're seated. In standing, it's the same. Support if you need. If you're happy without, find a lifted upright, relaxed but active posture. Open the chest and again focus on the footfall. Really think about ankles today because this is going to inform the new movement we're going to do. Bringing in the arms if you're happy to. Remember, a little bend of the arm can help us focus on that backward drive, especially if we're in seated. And if you're in a different chair that makes arms are difficult, our double arm here can help with that. It can guide the elbows closer to the body. All right, take a pause. Just before we start on this new movement today, I'd like to add in, please, some shoulder rolls, just again to better set the posture. So we do these in our morning routine, and it really helps for the purpose now is to lift and open the posture in preparation to this next movement we're going to have a go at. So just 1, 3 or 5 of these mobility movements. And now find your position, whether you want to be in seated or in standing, please. I'm going to show you the standing option first and then a range of seated alternatives, okay? Hand on the support if you need. Leg furthest from that support. So everyone just give a tap on the outside leg so I know you've got the right one. Have you got the right one? Very good. The standing option is step forward, return to centre. Small step to the side, return to centre, and then a little backward step, heel goes down. Okay, and again, so we have forward, return, to the side, return, and behind, return. Keep going with that. If you're happy without the supports, you can make the movements bigger. Keep going with that. If we are seated, please. We're just going to focus on that forward step, the footfall, and it comes back. Heel down, footfall, and it comes back. And we're going to add on to that this lifted posture. So it's a little shift of weight, and squeeze your buttocks. As that heel strikes into the floor, you can give your buttock an extra squeeze, squeeze. Staying lifted, so we're working on the foot placement here. That's going to support walking. And if standing is not quite the level that you find yourself at the moment, we can actually really work on the footfall. We're trying to get ankles and feet ready. Keep going on that in the chair. In stand, to progress this in stand, we just increase the stride length. Increase the stride length, and we can also alternate left and right legs. Okay? And then stick to the same leg, and then you can change your directions. And what we're trying to feel here is when we take a different stride, the front is the heel, the side is the toe first, and the back is the toe first. If you're confident, we can make that an alternating movement. So we're taking alternating legs side to side if you're confident. Keep going. I want to come back on this seated option here. All right, from here then, so we've had a go at these heel strikes. Here's some other alternatives if that doesn't feel quite right for you yet. Bring the feet forward, and we can just take either some toe raises or some toe taps. All about ankles. We need to prepare the ankles to get our standing work as best it can be. After the toe tap, bring the feet back, and we can have some alternating heel raises. So check or pick which one you want in seated. In standing, let's select our single leg option, front, side and back, and why not, if you're happy to, palms up, add a little bend and come back. A little bend. So we're moving into how our arms and legs move together, actually moving into kind of functional reaching type movements. A little bend, a little stand, and keep the hand behind. So we're just starting to bring in arms. If you have got this support, as I step forward, come back. As I step forward, the hand comes with me. So my support comes with me here. Okay. So these, we call these directional lunges or directional stepping. Here's one more in stand, front on. So I've got my front step, stand back tall. To the side, stand back tall. I've got a space restriction going on. To the rear, stand back tall. And then we can do the same on the other leg. For those, no, I'll tell you about that another day. So we're trying to get the legs to work in all of these different directions. Heel strike to the front, ball of the foot to the rear, to the side, ball of the foot to the rear. And then we can start to bring in the arms as well, because this is how we move in daily life. Always with the support as an option. How are we doing in seated options? Take a pause everywhere. Having spent some time now kind of stepping and weight transfer, using the ankles, you can probably feel that we've crossed over into balance work. And strength and balance come hand in hand. They're very difficult to separate. This is why environments are important, supports are important. If you're going to transfer the weight and alternate legs, your balance will be challenged. It depends just to what degree. Don't worry if you feel a bit wobbly, that you're going to be. So we've got the external support. Take lots of extra steps if you need to feel balanced on your feet. I want to have a stretch. I want to do a couple of stretches. Can we do our back of thigh stretch, please? So have a look. Everyone in seated for this one, sorry, everyone seated, unless you know the standing option. Upright posture. Pick a leg, any leg, and extend. Once you've extended this leg, you may already feel some light tension on the back of the thigh. If so, stay there. The foot should be relaxed, and the knee here, just take it off the lock. Just a little bend here. Stand up tall, lengthen through the centre. If you can't feel the stretch, or you feel you could go a little bit further, just offer that back of thigh a little bit more stretch. So we stay lifted and we hinge forwards from here. When you start to feel that stretch, just take a pause, breathe, and come out of that stretch slowly and step the foot in slowly. Have a little release and relax. Do the same on the other leg. Relax the foot. Take the lock off the knee. lift up. You may already feel that stretch just because you've lengthened the leg. The muscle at the back of the thigh may already feel a bit stretched. If that's your stretch position, stay there. If not, lift up, ease in. You can put the weight through the arms, and it's just like you're looking head and up. You can feel a little bit more stretch. Hold it here, slow count of 8, 12, even 20. Come out slowly and release. I think that's the snack. That movement we've just done, stepping directional lunges, actually appears in October. Okay, you had to wait till October for that before, but no, we've given it to you in March. If you want to keep going on that, consider heels, foot action, weight transfer, using an external support. These things we've talked about today relate to our 3-dimensional movements that we will be doing at 4 o'clock in the 4 o'clock movement snack. We're all snacked out. Look at my chart. This is what I prepared earlier. Look at this chart. Look. We've done all of these. Movement minutes in the bag. Another 10 to come at 4 o'clock. Thanks for joining me. See you then. Goodbye.